Minutes later, Basile sees a message on his computer and thinks it's Irene. However, the writer says he had to replace her and claims to be Vladimir and more. Suddenly it says I am Mars and shares a long text for Basile to read. Meanwhile, Jean thinks about her dad again and remembers the day he informed her his tumor was inoperable, which meant he only had a few months left. He said he didn't want to suffer, so when the time came, he wanted her to pull the plug. Jean tried to refuse, so her dad changed her mind by sharing Vladimir's story of sacrifice. Months later in the hospital, Jean gathered her strength and said goodbye to her father before taking him off life support. In the present, Jean is finally rescued by Simon and Gemma. The trio gets going and after lots of walking, they find a huge gate on a hill. They go inside and discover a series of tunnels, which Jean is able to navigate, thanks to a strange vision. After wandering for a while, they're utterly surprised to find water. Back in the shuttle, Basile finally gets the computer working again and Eva immediately notices a dangerous storm approaching on the radar. It'll be there in around 10 hours, so the guards want to leave with Alan, who refuses to leave without the others. An argument ensues, but when things are about to get violent, the power goes out. In a few seconds the lights return and Vladimir appears, asking to be taken to Earth. The guards ignore Vladimir and announce they're leaving. Jan wants to come along and reminds them he let them in. Basile keeps checking his computer messages, which say trust me. On Earth, Ivan is dying during the procedure and he keeps seeing flashes of Vladimir on Mars. The doctors manage to save him, but he refuses to take any medicine afterward. While explaining why he needs the pain, he tells a nurse that it was humans who created artificial intelligence on Mars. In the tunnels, the trio finds thousands of skulls in a wall. Jean concludes the original Martians escaped this planet and went to Earth where they became humanity. The local state of Mars is a consequence of its people abusing its resources to the point of destruction. In the shuttle, Jan reveals a gun and asks to be taken to Z2, but he's ignored again. Remembering Vladimir's visit earlier, Jan wonders if he can slow the bullet down and puts his hand in front of the gun. Then he shoots Vladimir while one of the guards runs away. This causes Jean to start feeling sick and have trouble breathing.